Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for video number 2. This time on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button down below, and subscribe to this channel and all my other channels down below in the description box. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You know what to do. Just do it. Share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's all I gotta say about that. So do it now. Tap the bell, subscribe to my channels, like the video, do whatever the hell you want. I really don't give two shits. And leave a comment in the chat and after the video is done. Subscribe and follow me on social media, and don't forget to tap the bell and all that good stuff. Thank you for the free view. Alrighty, let's rock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock and roll. Alright, as on this late Tuesday night, July the 27th, 2021, on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel. Thank you all for watching, and all that other good shit. I'm dying right now. I'm freaking hot. I'm about ready to pass out, but I'm gonna try my best to get this video done and not pass out. But it is what it is. I need a beer. I need something right now. But it is what it is. All right. In the description box below is my first video of the day on the Metal God channel, where I had the Joey Jordison video. Joey Jordison, if you didn't know, was sleeping all day. Like, basically I was. It is what it is. If you've been living under a rock, Joey Jordison of Slipknot, well, formerly of Slipknot, and many other bands, Scar the Martyr and Korn and Metallica. He passed away today at the age of 46. I still don't know the cause of death. I've been so busy I haven't even looked. But he died in his sleep yesterday, or this morning, and that's basically it. Founding member of Slipknot, all that other good stuff. Just watch the video, and my little tribute to him, and that's all I gotta say about that. So rest in peace to Joey Jordison of formerly of Slipknot and Scar the Martyr, and great drummer, and he will be missed. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I know my good buddy, I know a lot of people are doing tributes now on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. If you have a podcast, like a music podcast, and my good buddy Josh and my good buddy John, they have their own music webcast on the internet. What's it called? Bull Spike Radio, I think it's called. Yeah, Josh had his show tonight, The Scorpion's Lair. I think he paid tribute to Joey. I would assume he played some old school Slipknot. Maybe Scar the Martyr as well. But yeah, and I assume his brother Turbo will do something on his show, The Asylum, doing a tribute, maybe a tribute to Joey and everything. That's all I gotta say about that. If I was still doing my radio show, if I was still doing college radio and stuff, I would play a whole hour of Slipknot, you know, a whole hour dedicated to him. Slipknot, Slipknot. Like just play everything from Slipknot, from like the first album, up until he left the band. Maybe a Sky the Martyr tune. Maybe I can find something on YouTube where Joey's filling in for lawyers, lawyers Ulrich. This is Lawyers Ulrich. What's up, dudes? I could play maybe a song, a live track. Probably won't be the best quality, but I could have played something, from Metallica with Joey Jordison playing one of the Metallica hits, something from Korn when Joey filled in on drums. Maybe some things you never heard before from Joey. Maybe I can play like an interview from Joey the last couple months during the pandemic and all that shit. The last one I could find. I could have done that, but not in college radio anymore, sadly. But it is what it is. I was going to play something from Slipknot on my tribute video, but of course I would get copyrighted, like I did with the that video I did the Final Nail and that guy named Hangman Charlie's Coffin, where I played the fighter by In This Moment. I didn't get copyright strike or anything. I just got a copyright content thing from Warner Music, basically telling me you can't use it. And I appealed it. I basically wrote a whole thing saying this was not used, blah blah blah. I basically had to just say I use this in fair use. I was bringing awareness to domestic violence and everything. Still there. The video's still there. The music is still there. I think the content, the content thing is still there. I think I have to look at it, but I think it's still there. But I'm not gonna remove it or anything. So if I eventually do get a copyright strike, I won't really care. Because it'll go away in like a couple months, and then that'll be it. So. Anyway, sorry, but I took a second to think about something. Anyway, so check out the video down below in the description box on the Metal Guard channel, my tribute to Joey Jordison. And hope you all like it. And it is what it is. I got one dislike. Obviously, I'm probably gonna get more because people have no fucking heart, no fucking soul. Yeah, just saying, when somebody you know and love dies, I hope you get the same shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, let's move on from that. Let's get this video done because it's late night, almost midnight here in the Northeast on Tuesday night, July the 27th, 2021. Thank you all for watching here on the Peter Gilmore channel. All right, so on this late Tuesday night, it is time for your late night NXT taped on Sci-Fi review for July the 27th, 2021 from the Capitol Wrestling Center in St. Petersburg, Florida, as usual. All right, so NXT tonight was obviously taped. They taped the episode last Wednesday. I think they're doing the same thing tomorrow with next week's episode, because that's going to be on Sci-Fi as well. if for some strange reason my DVR did not tape it. It's usually supposed to tape new episodes, but somehow I don't know why it did not tape. It did not tape at all. I have to look at that before I do next week's episode. I might have to do it manually. Because it tapes every NXT episode. So I'm going to have to. So I have to see what happened with my DVR tonight. I know it taped Raw, obviously. It's going to tape Dynamite and SmackDown. I'm just going to figure out why it did not tape NXT tonight. Maybe because it was on Sci-Fi. That's probably why. So I think next week I'm going to have to do it manually. Get up Tuesday morning and manually say that 5 times fast. Manually do it. So I get, at least I can get to watch NXT. Because I didn't watch the entire episode. One, because it was taped. I already knew most of the results anyway. And two, I basically watched most of the highlights off YouTube anyway. And I got I was on Twitter and I got most of the highlights anyway. Yeah, I think I should have watched NXT tonight because I was watching the Met game and I shut it off because yeah, it was just a bad game tonight for the Mets. 12-5 loss to the Braves. So the Braves pick up a game over the Mets. The Mets are still in first place by 3.5 games over the Phillies, who lost thankfully tonight to the Nationals. But the Braves are now 4 back. Mets magic number is now 60. So it's going down a little bit. But still, yeah, just a horrible game today. They had an emergency starter, Jared Eichhoff, or as we call him, Jared the Jerk-Off. He came in an emergency because we had nobody to pitch because we have a whole bunch of injuries. He comes in and just lays a fucking egg. I mean, literally, an egg just stunk up the joint tonight. 10 fucking runs in, what did he pitch, like 3 innings? Almost 4 innings? 3, yeah, I think 3 1/3 innings, something like that. Just horrible. 10 runs. And I'm like, Luis Rojas, why didn't you take him out when it was 6-0? He keeps him in 6-0. Alonso got a run. It was 6-1, and then gives up. I mean, he gave up 3 straight 2-run homers in the first 3 innings. And then he would get like 2 outs. Then he'll put a whole bunch of guys on base, and then Austin Riley hit. I think the first of his 2 home runs tonight. The first one was a grand salami with extra cheese on it, making it 10-1. And then the Mets, the Squirrel McNeil hit a 2-run homer, making it 10-3. And then Austin Riley came. He struck again, hit a 2-run homer, making it 12-3. And then that was basically it. Brandon Drury, hit a 2-run homer to make it 12-5, but that was it. I really didn't give 2 shits about the game. I shut it off, and I just lay down in bed. I was like, I don't give 2 shits about this. I really didn't give 2 shits about the game. I didn't give 2 shits about NXT tonight. I really didn't give 2 shits about the whole entire day. Because, because Monday night I stayed up all fucking night until like about 5 o'clock, and I tried to go to sleep, and then I got up like about 7:30 this morning. I had a humongous stomach cramp. Kept me up for another hour or two, another couple hours, and then I had a bagel, and then I went to sleep, and I didn't get up till like 5 o'clock today. I went to sleep. I didn't get up till like 4:15, 4:30 this afternoon. So I was so fucking tired. I just wanted to just sleep in the whole entire day. yeah, so I got up and did a couple of things, and then I had lunch, and then I found out Joey Jordison died, so it made my day even worse. And yeah, that's basically it. Now I'm just like completely like drained right now. I'm like done. I don't even feel like doing this video, but right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I love you guys and everything. You guys and girls, of course. Gotta be politically correct here. So I'm gonna do it and do my best. And if you don't like it, well, too bad. And that's a nice dog. Anyway, yeah. So we got that. So I'm gonna do this video and probably I don't know. I think I'm gonna edit it up and probably zonk out because I feel like I'm about to zonk out. And that's it. And then just hopefully Wednesday I can get some stuff done. But I think I got some errands to run, and the stuff I want to do is gonna have to be put back another day or so. I got so much stuff to do. It's just I just can't get to it, and I have no motivation to do it. It is what it is. Just another week, another fucked up week. That's all I gotta say about that. It is what it is, and so all right, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. So check out the video about Joey Jordison down below, and that's it. Subscribe to my channels. You know what to do. And if you want to come in, just chat for a little bit. We'll chat and about NXT or anything else. And that's pretty much it. All right, so let's begin. All right, but before we get into NXT, I want to talk a little bit about Becky Lynch. Now I saw a fan of YouTube's video today. Check him out on YouTube. Just type a fan of YouTube, you'll find his channel. Just tell him Peter Gilmore sent you when you subscribe. Yeah, he did a video about Becky Lynch and what WWE is planning to do with her. And as of right now, we don't know what's going to happen with Becky Lynch. They think they don't have anything really planned for her for SummerSlam. Same thing with Sasha Banks, so don't know when they're coming back. I'm hoping it's by SummerSlam because right now the women's division looks like shit. Thank you for the free view again. Keep it coming. Keep those free views coming. That's all I gotta say, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about that shit anymore. I got, getting to the point where just like, the same thing every goddamn year with these loser ass trolls. It's just oh little puppy. Yeah, I'm just tired of going back and forth with trolls. I'm just gonna ignore. I'm just gonna start ignoring these lame ass, no life virgin trolls. I can't anymore. So if you want to keep disliking me, go ahead, knock yourself out. That's all I gotta say about that. But you're all a bunch of losers anyway. All right, let's get into NXT. All right, so NXT, like I said, tonight was taped. I was on Sci-Fi because of the Olympics, and that's basically all I say about that. But still a pretty decent show. From NXT, and like I said, it's gonna be on Sci-Fi, and I think they're gonna tape next show tomorrow, or probably during and maybe after, or and it is say about that. Speaking of AEW and WWE and wrestling in general and life itself, uh, wrestling wise, AEW and the WWE, they're in real danger right now with this fucking Delta variant running rampant again. So this fucking virus continues to go on. So I'm gonna have to bring back the "fuck this virus" banner. Yeah, but yeah. So it was reported that AEW and and WWE might be going back to the Thunderdome and might be going back to Daly's place because of certain cities like New York City and different cities around around the country, around this great country of America. Dealing with this with the the mutated version of the fucking virus. Now the CDC has said that not only do kids from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, they're gonna have to wear a mask when you go into school, but everybody else, all of us, whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated, that's what's causing this fucking Delta variant because you stupid motherfuckers don't want to get jabbed in the arm. That's why the cases have gone up to like almost 60% in a week because you fuckers don't want to freaking get vaccinated. Douchebags, you're all a bunch of douchebags. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I would think we for anybody who's not vaccinated, get your ass in gear, go to the goddamn pharmacy or wherever you can get the vaccine, get that fucking shot, shut the fuck up. So we can get back to normalcy, please. I want to go to a concert. We don't have to worry about going to a concert and have to wear a mask or anything. Because that's what it's looking like it's going to be this fall and this winter and probably into next year. Going back to the same fucking shit. Sleepy Joe Biden is, he's trying to do everything he can to combat this. We thought we had it won. We thought we had it won. He comes out and says we had a big milestone. You don't have to wear a mask if you're fully vaccinated and everything. I thought that was a kind of a bad idea because the summer was coming and people are gonna be going to the beach. Doing a Memorial Day weekend and July 4th weekend and the entire summer. People are crowded at the beach, amusement parks or whatever now, ballparks and wrestling events and stuff. And now people are getting fucking sick again. People who are not vaccinated are getting sick. They're dying. They're going to the hospital. They're dumb. And people who are fully vaccinated, they're getting sick. They're having these breakthrough cases where they're not getting the full virus. Thankfully, they're getting like certain like mild symptoms, and basically, you can, you're fully vaccinated. You're asymptomatic, or you get a couple of symptoms, and that's it. You'll be fine. But still, it looks like by the time September hits, AEW, they're coming to Jersey, they're coming to New York. They might have to cancel those shows. Now, a lot of fans already bought tickets to those shows in Pittsburgh and everywhere else that AEW is going to be due next month in September. Same thing with WWE. You know, they got the New York Madison Square Garden show coming up in September. September the 10th. They might have to cancel that, and both companies and probably all the indie companies too. The indie companies might have to shut down because they have to run. They're gonna have to run. They might have to close down again. Gonna go back to the way the way it was like late last year, early this year. Where some indie companies might still go on, but they're gonna have like limited seats, and you gotta everybody's gonna be wearing a mask because most of the show is gonna be indoors. And now the CDC is saying that you have to wear a mask indoors whether you're vaccinated or not. That's bullshit, in my opinion. So it's basically we're reliving the beginning of this fucking virus without the lockdowns. But if we can't get this under control, if Biden and company can't get this under control, I can guarantee you by the end of the year, everywhere around the country is going back to lockdown. It's just sad. It's just fucking sad. And we can't get this fucking thing under control. And then when we try to get it under control, there's another mutation that's about to come out. This thing is just like mutating. We have the Alpha variant, now we have the Delta variant, and there's a Lambda variant out. Because they're using the Greek letters and shit. There's a third strain of this fucking virus going around. Just a shame that we're not going to get back to normal. We thought we were. We didn't have to wear a mask. If you're vaccinated, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. You can go anywhere you want. You still had to, if you go on a bus, you go on a train, you still had to, or in certain places, you still had to wear a mask and everything. And now we have to go back to the beginning, back to the drawing board. So everywhere you go, you're going to have to wear a mask, even if you're fully vaccinated. It sucks. So if you go into a wrestling event, you're gonna be going. You can go in, but you're gonna have to wear a mask, depending what city you're in. And right now, the South is just getting destroyed. Here in the Northeast, not so much. But if you're in Texas, you're in Louisiana, especially Florida, California, still dealing with this shit. And people are pissed. A lot of people are pissed. I've got concerts coming up, especially here in Jersey and New York City, especially in September. I think most of them are probably going to be canceled. I don't know how it's going to work. This fucking virus continues, the fucking Delta variant continues to just go out of control. It's fucking sad. I wanted to go to the Butcher Babies concert because the tickets were like really cheap. $23, dude. $23 for a ticket plus fees, and I wanted to maybe go meet them after the show, the VIP stuff. I was thinking maybe me and the missus might go see them, but $22.50 each. That's $45 plus tax and fees, so it's about $60 plus 2 VIP tickets. So that's, I would say, close to $100, which is not bad. But now this fucking variant is going out of control. I'm like, nope, I'm saving my money. I might as well just save my money and then wait till this fucking pandemic ends, which probably won't be this year, probably won't be next year, and maybe the year after that. And it sucks because I haven't seen In This Moment since 2019. Or any concert for that matter. or a wrestling show. I was thinking about maybe getting tickets for AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. So they had some tickets on sale, but like way up in Arthur Ashe Stadium, like in God's country, for like $48 on StubHub. $48 plus tax and fees, so it's like $65 about. I really don't think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna save my money and just use it for bills. And so it is what it is. So yeah, so AEW and WWE, they're looking. They might be going back to the Thunderdome, and I don't know where they'll go back to Florida, somewhere in Florida for the Thunderdome. But the WWE might be in trouble. AEW, they can just go back to Daily's place. They don't have to worry about it. It sucks that fans were starting to come back to wrestling events and back to the arenas and stuff. It's like we get something and then just take it away. Life sucks. Like Vince McMahon said, life sucks, and then you die. If you're not vaccinated, you're gonna die. So get vaccinated so we can try to combat this Delta variant. Please, I beg of all you Americans and around the entire world, get vaccinated. And that's it. I heard somebody, I think it was somebody on Twitter, lives in Australia, and they're on lockdown until I think the end of August. Yeah, so already Australia, mate, is in lockdown. And pretty soon, the United States will be in lockdown again. But, Biden's like, we don't want to do that. It is what it is. And, we go back to lockdown, people are going to be out of a job again. They're going to be working from home again. And if Biden wakes up, we need some money. People are going to be needing money. So I would assume stimulus checks are going to be coming in. Not the the new one that just came out, the child tax thing. We get like, what was it, like $2,000 a month or whatever it is. So yeah, some families will have money, but others, that don't, they're not just making ends meet. They're gonna need money, and a lot of people are gonna quit their jobs again, and it's just gonna be a humongous mess. All right, that's all I gotta say about that. Let's get to this fucking review now. Let's move on. All right, so let's begin NXT. So NXT tonight, like I said, it was a pretty decent show. Had a pretty good ending. I think from top to bottom, it was a better show than last week. But still, it is what it is. What a shocking turn. We had stuff with Samoa Joe and Mr. Eagle. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Baby, I'll talk about that. And that's pretty much it. All right, so let's get into it. All right. So we start off NXT with our team of Vic Joseph. Wait about it. I'm afraid I got some bad news. Yeah, bad news is rain's coming soon here in the East overnight, which sucks. coming up by tomorrow, and this will end the whole week. So if you have outdoor plans, you can do your outdoor plans, but just check the sky, and that's all that stuff. Anyway, so we hear from Vic Joseph, Wade about it, and Beth fucking Phoenix. They break down everything that's gonna go on tonight, including the NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez is gonna address the NXT baby against Bronson Reed in the main event. But first, we start off the first match of the night, tag match between two teams that hate each other. We got Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Kid, and Timothy Thatcher as they take on Oney Lorcan and Pete Dunne. This match was made last week after all four men were just beating the crap out of each other. So we get that, and pretty good match. Shocking ending. Allergies acting up now. That's great. Anyway, so with Dunne and Thatcher, they lock up. Dunne tries to take Thatcher down, but gets back and forth with some submissions. Then we get they come out of it and they want a test of strength. Thatcher getting on the ground, going for an armbar submission. Pete fucking Dunne reversed it into a leg submission, but Thatcher gets free. And then they have a little bit of a stalemate. Then they try to go for another test of strength. Dunne this time ends up leg screws. Thatcher turns that into a single leg crab. Excuse me. Dunne counters out, almost gets pinned. Then he back off again. So so from Thatcher and Dunne. Sounds like a beer company. Thatcher and Dunne. Well, I mean, not a law firm, I should say. Anyway, so they tag out. Lorcan and Ciampa come in. Ciampa gets a headlock. Lorcan tries to shoot Ciampa into the ropes. Not once, but twice. But couldn't do it. Then he backs him in the corner, hits a chop. Ciampa answers back with a bunch of his own. And then he throws fucking apron. He hits a knee to drop to the floor. Tommaso goes out, rolls Oney in as Pete Dunne just looks at him. That he tags in Thatcher, and they go to work. Oney's arm. And then Ciampa on his hand. So, okay. Yeah. And then Pete Dunne comes in. He's like, welcome. They lock up. Ciampa goes off the ropes. They go for almost a bunch of times, like almost crisscross a little bit. And then Dunne hits a big clothesline. Ciampa counters out, locks Dunne. Lorcan comes in. Thatcher cuts him off. And just both men, all four men trapped him. Thatcher and Lorcan are out, and Dunn tease snapping the fingers of Ciampa. Ciampa counts and they go inside. Then Thatcher toss their opponents into the guard rail. Ow. As we go to break, so Thatcher, Ciampa and Thatcher, and during the break, Lorcan and Dunn take control. As always, the heels take control during the break, and after the break. They're working Thatcher over, and then we come back. Lorcan tags Dunn back in. Dunn preps a surfboard, tags in Lorcan, pulling Thatcher back as Lorcan chops poor Timothy. And then the fans chant, "Only sucks!" As Thatcher sliding back, gets stopped in his tracks. Then Thatcher and Lorcan grab each other's ears. You got big ears! And then Lorcan with a slap, followed by a big slap by Thatcher. And they just slapping the living crap out of each other. But Thatcher with a kick, hot tag to Ciampa comes in like a wild man. Splashes to Dunn and Lorcan a bunch of times. Then he comes back with a double club of his own. He's just going berserk. Tandem splashes by both men. Thatcher gets shut down, and Ciampa's not trading shots with fucking Dunn. Chop the ropes. Hits a German suplex. But it goes for a big move, and Ciampa counts into the crossface. Thatcher grabs on side, gets leveled by some guy who used to be with Lorcan and Dunn back when Pat McAfee was in NXT. Remember when he had that whole group and they were taking on the Undisputed Era, and then they had War Games and everything, where Pat McAfee basically got he did pretty good, but he got his ass kicked. So yeah, so Ridge Holland comes back after a year off, since he broke his leg. And he beats up on Thatcher. Well, inside the ring, Lorcan saves Pete Dunn, gets thrown out of the ring, but Dunn hits the bitter end on Ciampa. 1, 2, 3. And Mac is all right. Yeah, kind of fine with that. Afterwards, Holland, Lorcan, Dunn, ooh, we used to be teammates. Thatcher and Ciampa come in the ring. Holland destroys Thatcher as Ciampa is forced to back. It looks like Thatcher he got the living Jesus kicked out of him. So as Ciampa, Ciampa can't do anything but watch. Then Holland takes Ciampa and hits him with a headbutt. As the crowd's going nuts. I mean, they're booing Holland, Dunn, and Lorcan. So that threesome is back together. So looks like Ciampa and Thatcher might need some help. I don't know if we can get at this point. We'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on. Ridge Holland back after coming back from that gruesome injury he had last year where he broke his leg. But Blaze back, probably not going to be wrestling for a while, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'd be a TakeOver 36. All right, after that, we get a vignette for Carmelo Hayes. That's Christian Casanova for you dumb people at home. In his match for the NXT Breakout Tournament. I think this is the final match of the first. Basically talks about, shot and Cole, baby, took them to the limit but lost. He says there's only one man coming out on top, and that will be him. And we'll see what he does in his first round match with Josh Briggs. And that'll be an Evolve Classic. And we'll see who moves on to the second round to face Duke Hudson. And we'll get that. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we see the man, Samoa Joe. He has arrived to the building, and we'll hear from him next. See what he's mind, last week with with him looking for Killer Kross, and then Kross was playing mind games with him, and then he came out at the end of the show, and still wanted Killer Kross to come out, and then Kross basically got one up on him and beat left William Regal in unconscious state as he left the building and after him and missed him. So we're gonna hear from Joe and see what he has to say about So we'll see what happens with that. All right, gonna go to commercial. Let me come back with a good friend, Ashanti Adonis, Kansas Top Dollar, and the North American champion Isaiah Swerve Scott. So we see them, and they're all looking flashy and everything. They start making fun of the Legado del Fantasma. They've been doing that over the past couple of weeks, as we saw last week. They interrupt the Santos Escobar's, mariachi madness thing he was supposed to have, and the growing feud between those factions continues. So anyway, they call themselves the new Kings of the Jungle, but say that they're hearing people like Imperium talk about them. As we saw Imperium interrupt MSK last week, when MSK was gonna tell us what MSK means. Really, I think it means Mid-South Kids or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, so got a lot of so I talk about Imperium talking some smack to them. They pop off at the mouth. They're gonna knock their block off. So that's that. And then we find out later on in the show that it will be Hit Row versus the God del Fantasma in a 6-man tag team match player next week on Sci-Fi. So that should be pretty damn good and brutal. And we'll see what faction comes out of that alive, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we will move on. All right, so that we go to the ring of Samoa Joe. Joe comes out in a t-shirt. Let's come out to Joe. He's in battle mode now. So he comes out. So he sets up a chair and a table, and he has an official documents from NXT. Table. It's on the mic. He says, Kross is too much of a gutless coward to come to the building. So he decided to be proactive. So he's like, Mr. Regal, please come out here and let's talk. So Regal comes down. He's like, "What, sunshine? Why did you to sunshine?" So not happy. Joe says, he sees the rage in Regal's eye. He understands what's going on. He wants to, he looks like Regal wanted to freaking strip Cross with a belt and fire him or something like that. So, Joe understands his rage. It's like, I know what you wanted to do. You wanted to fire Killer Cross from NXT, strip him of the belt at Raw. But Joe tells Regal he has a much better, not 2, but 3 easy steps, just like cooking. Step 1, don't pick up the phone. He's only calling because he's drunk. Oh, that's sorry. Anyway, step 1, he resigns from NXT. Resignation. Quit. So that's that. Gives the Regal. Then he pulls out a second piece of paper, and he says, "For a signature, I joined the NXT roster. I'm back, as an active competitor after off, basically, because we haven't seen, Joe in action since last year." So it's like, sign this, and I'm back in WWE on the NXT roster. So Regal's like, okay, signs document. Just now those dream matches we want now. Joe versus Cross, Joe versus Gargano. He fucking done. Among other dream matches we'll get to see NXT over the next couple months. So he signs it. The crowd's like, yeah, this is great. But there's one more step. So Joe pulls out another piece of paper, and it's a contract. He says, "Mr. Regal, me versus Killer Cross for the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver 36 on August the 22nd. The crowd goes nuts for Joe. And Regal's like, he has a big smile on his face. He signs it on the line. So that match is now official. Killer Cross versus TakeOver 36 on August the 22nd, the night after SummerSlam. And obviously, that's going to be Killer Cross's final night in NXT. He'll lose the belt to Joe. Joe will get the belt back for the second time. And of course, he won the first time from Shinsuke. Then he lost to the Shinsuke in a cage. That big, I think they had one match in Japan. They had one match in Australia. Then they had another match in a cage. And then see the dot line. That match is now official. Probably going to be happening at the Capitol Wrestling Center at this point. Delta variant going rampant. So probably going to be. I wonder if SummerSlam is going to be effective. Fucking virus. We'll see over the next 3 weeks. That's that. All right, so he signs on the dot. All right, so there's your main event for NXT TakeOver 36, my friends. Joe versus Cross for the NXT. He got what he wanted. He's back on the NXT roster, back in a wrestling ring commentary, but we missed him inside the ring. Doesn't get injured, and hope big run with it. I mean, I think he deserves it. Not getting booked correctly. Lesnar basically he hurt his leg, and then he got for like the rest of that time doing the fucking virus and everything. Yeah, but now Joe from Ring of Honor and TNA, the one that was undefeated in TNA, or the Samoa Joe who held the Ring of Honor title for 2 years. That's the Joe I want to see. That's the Joe I want to see. I want to see him hold the berserk. But we'll see what happens over the next coming week. All right, so he leaves the ring. We just looks at him and goes, "Boy, Sunshine, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Joe is back. A match at TakeOver 36. Cross and Joe is going to be hard hitting, brutal. But I still think Joe's going to be Cross. Cross is going to leave NXT. He'll probably still be there doing finishing off whatever he has to do with NXT. Probably there for another couple of weeks, and then officially go to the main roster. Probably in the draft. He'll be officially on the roster. That's it. Because now they're saying that the the draft over beginning of October. October the 4th is the SmackDown. First night of the draft is on SmackDown, October the 4th, and then October the 7th, I believe, will be the second night of the draft on Monday Night Raw. Saudi Arabia the 21st. Let me just pull up my dates. No, I'm sorry. October is going to be the draft. Sorry about that. So October the 4th, night 2 of the draft, and then October the 21st will be whatever the Saudi Arabia show. That's going to be the October pay-per-view, Crown Jewel, or whatever it's going to be. And then we're going to... That's pretty much it. Let's see. So the next couple, with the WWE has to shut down again, go back to the Thunderdome, and the fans, no more fans at the arenas anymore. Sucks. I don't know how it's gonna play out with football and baseball and a World Series. 5 months, 4 months, really. August, September, October, November. So 5 months. I was right, because you gotta count August as the whole month. So the next 5 months, gonna be some interesting stuff in the world, and that's pretty much it with this fucking virus. Part 2. It is what it is. All right, let's move on. All right, then we get a vignette for Josh Briggs, who was I think, well, he was a champion in Evolve, and him and Joe Gacy beat the crap out of each other. But we'll see what happens to that. So we get a vignette from Mr. Josh Briggs. He says Carmelo Hayes is standing in the way of his destiny, and he's going to be the belt. That's who I had. I had winning the tournament. I had either Joe Gacy or Josh Briggs to win the tournament. So we'll see what happens with that. I had 5 stars for that, and we'll move on from there. That's it. All right. After that, we're going to go to the links. We're going to go to the golf course, and we're going to have the ever-growing saga with our good buddies Eli Drake and Cameron Grimes to the moon. That saga. And that's it. All right. So we come back from break. We see Cameron and Eddie. This segment was just funny as fuck. So, they're on the link. They're about, Eli's about to tee off and everything. Cameron's like, it's like, what club do you want there, Mr. Knight? He knows nothing about golf. So Eli loses it. He's like, go get me a driver. So Cameron's like that, looking inside the golf cart, like, this is it? Is this it? He's like, I'll get it myself. So Cameron just in there, as Eli's about to tee off, and Eli's like, get out of here! I'm trying to tee. I'm trying to concentrate. So Cameron's not a man. So he bets Eli that. Well, he says, I bet you $1,000 that the ball's gonna go into the trees. Then he goes $5,000, and then Eli yells at him, He's like, shut up and let me tee off. That sounded wrong. Anyway, so he goes to tee off and goes right into the trees. So Cameron wins $5,000. So Cameron's laughing. Eli's pissed. He's like, go get my ball. So I gave that segment 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's all right. Then we go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center with match number 2, the final match in the first round of the NXT Breakout Tournament. Carmelo Hayes, Christian over against Josh Briggs. This was an okay match. Nothing grand. So also with Briggs, he picks up Carmelo, hits a big body slam out of a lot. Then he's like, but Carmelo's like, oh, dude, get out of here. So he dodges him. Briggs picks him up, but Carmelo slides down. He chops him, which basically did nothing. Goes off the ropes for a springboard dive, but gets caught. Hayes tries to back, takes Briggs charges, but Hayes hits a drop kick. He goes into the second turnbuckle. Ow. Then Hayes goes off the ropes, gets backdrop to the outside. Ouch. And then Josh Briggs brings him in. He goes to climb in, but Hayes with some kicks to the head. Then a springboard leg drop, that reverse springboard leg drop, which is pretty damn good. Goes for the cover and gets a near fall. Gets 2. Hayes with a front face lock, so a little bit of a rest period. Starts hitting him, but forms to the back of the head. Up to the back, I should say. But Josh gets pissed and picks him up. So Hayes has him in a guillotine choke, but doesn't have it locked in. But it's still effective as Briggs goes down to a knee. Carmelo goes off the ropes, but gets run over by Josh Briggs as we go to break. So Briggs is really throwing it on here and beating the crap out of Christian Casanova. So we go to break. We come back. Briggs has Hayes in a rear chin lock. So we get more rest period. Then just starts beating him down with some forearms again. Hayes gets up to his feet. So we see Hudson, who's on the winner in round 2, which starts next week. He's on commentary, talking up a storm and everything. He's like, oh, these guys can't beat me. It's a sidewalk slam and a big splash for a near fall. And Duke Cousin was pretty good on commentary from what I heard during the highlights and everything. Not bad for a guy that I have no idea who he is. But anyway, Briggs gets Carmelo up for a powerbomb, but Carmelo fights out of it, hits a Hurricane, but he goes for a boot. Briggs catches it, and then gets caught with an Insecurity by Carmelo. Carmelo with a boy takedown as both men are down. They slowly get up, but Hayes gets up. Briggs hits a choke slam. Goes for a choke slam. Hayes lands on his feet. Hits a code breaker a la Chris Jericho for a near fall. So Hayes picks Briggs up. A suplex. That's not going to work. Briggs counters it. Hayes with a big splash in the corner. He rolls out and he gets leveled by Mr. Briggs with a big check for 2.99999. 2.999. Almost 30. Goes for a big boot. Hayes ducks it. Then he gets kicked in the corner anyway. And for a sidewalk slam, counters with a spinning bulldog. And then he hits another one. That was kind of impressive. Then he goes, hits the super rocker dropper. 1, 2, 3. And he moves on to the second round to face Duke Hudson, which should be a pretty decent match. But this match was pretty good too. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Sucks that freaking Josh Briggs lost though. So I guess one of my predictions is gone. So he's out of the tournament. So now I gotta hope Joe Gacy wins. but we'll see what happens with all that. Gacy's in the second round. Carmelo Hayes is in the second round, and Duke Hudson's in the second round. So I think that's your final four, if I'm not mistaken. And that's it. So that's going to begin next week, and then I think the finals will be in 2 weeks, or the finals will be at NXT TakeOver 36, and the winner will get a title shot of their choosing. Now we'll see what happens with that. It'll be known as the NXT Breakout Star of 2021. And that's it. And we move on from there. All right. Nice, almost 11-minute match, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. All right, we move on. All right, then we go to footage from last week. Shown last week off TV. Valkyrie, Frankie Monet, whatever you want to call it. I call it Taya. Taya Valkyrie being asked by Mackenzie Mitchell about her relationship with the Robert Stone brand. What are you going to do here? You know. So anyway, so Taya teases a ton of options, including taking it over belts. I mean, why not? It's not that many women's. Not that many teams going for the women's tag titles. Io and Zoe Stark need challengers. Because Shotzi and Ember broke up. Ember is now lost in limbo now. So all you got is Indy Hartwell and Ray, the former champs, and you got Catanzaro and Caden Carter. That's it. So you need some tag teams. And that. So this women's tag team division back up and running, hopefully. So she might go for the women's tag team belt. So then on cue, Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter come in. They tell them to go to the back of the line because you have to earn your shot. Basically, they earn their shot, but it is what it is. So it's like we got next. You go, and then Taya's like, they got spunk. That's kind of cute. But then she goes to Jesse's like, they're really annoying, aren't they? And then just like, yeah. So we got that. We got them in action coming up later. We'll see what happens. And that's it. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on. All right. After that, we go back to the golf course with Eli Drake and Cameron Grimes. All right. And we see Eli going for a shot. So we see Cameron do very play-by-play. He was kind of funny. He's like, he's going for the outside bunker. So Eli isn't pleased. He gets pissed. He hits the ball into the lake. Into the moat, whatever. I tells him to go in the lake and go get my ball. So he goes into the lake. He takes his boot off. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, come in. So he's back with these two guys. After Eli punched him right in the mouth. So he's back involved in his storyline. So Karen asked, like, what are you doing here, Ted? And then Ted's like, God, Cameron, you look like a mess. When it's all, being the butler and the caddy and everything. So he tells Cameron that he's better than this. That's like, you're better than this. And Cameron's like, well, we had a deal. I'm a man of my word. Got to do what I got to do. So Ted says Cameron wasn't born to be a butler. He was born to be a champion. And sometimes you have to fight for what you believe in. And Cameron, you're a fighter. And that ends that segment. So let's see what happens with it. It looks like, like I mentioned before, during the start of this feud, with Ted DiBiase and Cameron Grimes, and then you had Eli Drake into the mix, and just amazing stuff. And the match at the Great American Bash or Takeover. Yeah, for that Takeover for the $1 Million belt was hellacious. That ladder match where Eli won. And then he comes out, in the celebration. He punches Ted DiBiase in the mouth. Cameron is pissed. He wants a title match. He's a title match at the Great American Bash. And he's like, well, if you lose, you have to be my butler. And he cheats to win. And Cameron's the butler. Then we saw a couple weeks, funny shit. Cameron at the house, knocking Eli into the pool and paying off a kid to do the lawn and everything. And now this week, he's a caddy, really pissing Eli off. And now Ted is back, and he's like, Cameron, you don't need to do this. You're a fighter. Go for that belt. That's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens from here. I think we got one more segment, and it's a funny segment. So this one was still pretty good. So I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. All right. And then we'll move on. All right, then we get a recap of what happened earlier in the night with Ridge Holland coming back to beat the crap out of Ciampa and Thatcher. So see his return and basically the demolition of, not that demolition, but the beat down of Ciampa and Thatcher. So we go backstage and I think Mitchell or the cameraman asks Ridge Holland, why did you attack the Thatcher? And he's that's none of your business. Thatcher isn't the first person he's smashed up, and it's not going to be the last. Now, if you read the crap out of Adam Cole, baby, and busted his ribs up, then he beat up Bobby Fish. So that whole thing. But unfortunately, he got injured. He broke his leg. I wonder what would have happened to him. If it was a 4-on-4 War Games match with Ridge Holland in it and the Undisputed Era, what would have happened? It might have been different for them, for the Pat McAfee brand or whatever it is. But it is what it is. And now that he's back, does Adam Cole get revenge? I think he does. And we'll see what happens with that. But, Adam Cole might not be in NXT much longer, and I'll get to. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on from there. All right, after that, we get the music of the NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez. She comes out with her best friend Dakota Kai, wearing a I'm just gonna throw some like torn up stuff and basically almost show my butt, which isn't a bad thing. Stuff. She looked pretty hot and everything, but also looking pretty nice. She's a nice lady. Anyway, so they get in the ring. Raquel gets the mic. Last week, she crushed one of the most fierce superstars in the women's division in Xia Li. That's why he's out with an injury right now. They got like crushed sternum or something. They really didn't go into what happened. Anyway, so she says she's dominated every single woman who has stepped up to her. So she's like, "Who's next?" And then starts to talk like, "Hey, SA, who's next, SA?" Talks in Spanish, stuff like that. We don't know what the hell she's talking about. Then she goes back to English. She says all she has to say is, "Keep them coming." So anyway, then Dakota gets on the mic, says she's been unstoppable since her debut. She says she tells people her friend is the most dominant woman in NXT history, more than Flair, Charlotte Flair, horseface Charlotte Flair, Asuka. Nobody's ready for Asuka. Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, even Io. So she's the most dominant champion in all the champions that have been NXT champion. I'm surprised I didn't mention Paige and Natalya Neidhart. But it is what it is. And that's it. But she's still dominant. So Dakota says the list will go on and on. It says the NXT Women's Division is one of the greatest because of one woman. That's Raquel Gonzalez. Basically, it's not the greatest women's division because that's AEW. Sorry. So she's like, she talks about TakeOver being in 4 weeks. Then she's like, who's woman enough to come out and challenge Raquel for the belt? So she continues to talk some trash, and then Raquel's like, "Yeah, who's coming out? Who's coming out to face me?" Nobody comes out, and then she's like, "That's right, nobody's gonna come out because there is nobody left." You know, Io was right in the wings, but it is what it is. So Dakota says they've been through so much. She gets in her face like, we've been through so much together, and as long as it's like as long as you have the belt, I'll have your back. So they hug, they like best friends and everything. So Raquel's like, yeah, I'm the dominant champion. She goes up on the turnbuckle. She's like holding the belt. She's screaming to the fans and everything. And then she gets down and she's not even looking. And then next thing you know, boom! Dakota Kai with the heinous act. She turns heel. She turns on her best friend, Raquel Gonzalez, and hits the Yakuza kick. Hits the the old-fashioned Gilmore Yakuza kick, which is deadly. So she just a Yakuza kick in the corner, knocking Raquel out. Then she grabs the title and holds it over Raquel, talking some smacks like, "This is mine now." The crowd's going completely berserk. I'm like, I saw this coming months ago. And we got spoiled last week from the the spoilers and everything. So didn't feel watching it back. I'm like, oh, look good. Well, whatever. Yeah, so the crowd's going nuts. And Dakota's still talking smacks like, blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of being in your shadow. Kind of like the Owen Hart, Bret Hart thing. And like, I'm tired of being your brother. I am not a nugget. I'm a black heart. Damn it. Stuff like that. Anyway, so after that, Dakota tosses the title on Raquel's unconscious body, and then she stands over her, does her posing and stuff. Then she leaves, and then Raquel wakes up, and she is pissed. And that's that. And that's going to be another match, which is going to happen then it was not announced yet, but most likely will be announced for TakeOver 36 for the NXT Women's Championship. Raquel Gonzalez against Dakota Kai. And should be a good match. I'm hoping Dakota wins because really Raquel Gonzalez in her run is not great. It's not been great. She was so dominant back then, beating the crap out of Rhea Ripley and obviously everybody else. Now the fans don't even like her. They give her no reaction. It's sad. But it looks like Raquel Gonzalez might be going up to the main roster pretty soon to get the golden shovel from Vince McMahon. Ding! Oh, look who I am. Where am I? You're in catering. Hi, Dana. Dana Brooke, hi. By the time Raquel Gonzalez gets up to the main roster, Dana Brooke might get released. So she'll have to take over baking cookies. It is what it is. All right, so we're going to see Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver 36 in 4 weeks. And that's it. All right, so I give that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens next week with Dakota and with Dakota and I can't even think of her name. Dakota and Raquel Gonzalez. See if Raquel gets her revenge next week. And that's that. All right. Now we continue on. All right. Go backstage with a good friend. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Cole, baby. He's backstage. Cuts some promos. As lately has been trying to attach themselves to him. He name drops Kyle, name drops Bronson Reed. Because everybody wants to be like Adam Cole. They want to be, they want to be next to Adam and like get that rub, if you know what I mean. So he says he's not Bronson's rebound and says Bronson lost the North American title because he wasn't good enough. And Cole's like, I don't care about your 14-year journey. 14-year journey. You're going down tonight. So, strong words from Adam Cole, baby. That's all I gotta say about that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And what happens in the main event coming up in a little bit. All right. Then after that we go to a segment from earlier in the week where we see the lovely Io Shirai, my third wife, Io Shirai, one half of the women's tag champions. She's training by herself, obviously, to maybe get a shot at the women's title again. Hopefully, maybe win it a second time before she gets the golden shovel from Vince. So she's training by herself. Zoe Stark comes in, and it's like, you don't have to train, alone. He said, we're partners. We need to have a relationship. He was like, we nuts. I like cats. He was like, I don't want to be friends with you. So he's like, well, we're the champs. We have to be the partners. So you have to, trust me and everything. Trust me. We have to be partners. We need to be partners. He was like, I respect you, Zoe, but I don't like you. And then she eventually, Zoe's like, somehow, some way, Zoe manages to get her to hang out with her. She's like, if we can't be partners, we still hang out? And he was like, oh, sure, we hang out and have sushi. Ha! Okay. So, partners never liked each other, but somehow when they get in the ring, they're like a well-oiled machine. The Rock and Mankind and Mick Foley, Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. In TNA, in the WWE, Stone Cold, Steve Austin and Triple H, they hated each other. They still managed to freaking be tag team champions for a while. That's it, Cena and Batista, Cena and Shawn Michaels, even. There's teams that they get put together. They don't like each other, but somehow, some way, they find a way to win. And they're like, oh, I respect you now. Maybe it doesn't work. Kind of like Riddle and Randy Orton. Whenever Randy comes back, but he's probably gonna beat the living crap out of Riddle at SummerSlam. Back, they're gonna hate each other. Like, oh damn, why do I have to be tag team champion? I really hope Orton turns heel. I'm sick of him as a face. Just turn him, let him lose the belt to either Adrian Omos or whoever they can get at this point. And Orton beats the crap out of Riddle. And then maybe you give him the belt again for the 15th time. But was but Orton and anybody else at this point. It's gonna be eventually Big E, and then I was on Twitter, and there was a thing about Adam Cole and Bronson Reed, like both are gonna go to the main roster. Like then my good buddy Keith and I think Bronson Reed should go to SmackDown because they need challengers for Roman. They need faces, maybe faces on SmackDown. I'm like, kind of right. So I was thinking Adam Cole should go to SmackDown, but he's probably going to be a heel. So they're going to put Adam Cole on Raw so he can win the belt from Big E most likely. And then Bronson will probably just be in the Intercontinental title picture. Even though he said he wants to be in Roman's faction with the Usos and Paul Heyman. And Roman, I don't know, it's a good idea. Just what is it? Right over here, my ribs. Here's what it is. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. All right, so we'll see what happens with Io and Zoe as we move on to the next coming weeks to see they defend the belts and who they might lose to. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Frankie, Taya Valkyrie and Jessi Kamea at this point. But we'll see what happens. But another team might be involved, and that brings us to Mackenzie Mitchell trying to get a word with Mandy to Gigi Dolan, what's her name up? And Gigi, you know who she is. And Zeta Ramirez, but she's like, get out of here, we're talking here, just go stuff, get out of here. So so we don't know, but I read a story on Ringside News that Mandy Rose is thinking of forming her own group with Gigi Dolan and Zeta Ramirez. So, Zeta Ramirez, not Zeta Ramirez. I'm sorry, Zeta Ramirez. So we'll see what happens. That could be a nice little women's faction, and we need some more tag teams in NXT for the women's title. So you could put Bea Priestley and Zeta Ramirez there. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Not Bea Priestley. What's her name? I can't think of her name. Okay, look that up later. So we get that, and we move on. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. After that, we go to our next match, women's tag team match. Kayden Carter and Kacy Catanzaro against Jessi Kamea and Taya Valkyrie. This was a 3.5-minute suck fest. Wasn't anything to write home about. We're getting in the end, and Taya takes Kayden Carter down, beats on him with some ground and pound punches. Robert Stone gets on the apron. He throws a shoe. He throws the shoe, for Taya Valkyrie to use. I'm like, who throws a shoe? Honestly. And then Frank is like, I want the shoe. What are you doing on the apron? Get down. Start arguing. He takes Taya out. And then she holds Frankie, and they hit that 450 splash combination move. They hit their finisher, and that gets the win. And that's all I gotta say about that. So Kayden Carter and Kacy beat Jessi Kamea and Taya Valkyrie, but Taya still remains undefeated in one-on-one competition. But it is what it is. So they get the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Then after the match, Taya and Robert Stone argue, and it looks like Robbie E is gonna go Spanish Archered out, and I think Taya will start her own group. She'll rebuild the Robert Stone brand just without Robert Stone, and that's it. And that's it. And we move on. Wait about it. And this time he has Roddy and Malcolm Bivens of the Diamond Mine. No. Where's Tyler Rust and Henduki? But just get Roddy. It's fine, because Roddy is the leader. So he's like, well, how did you guys get together? Roddy said that despite his talent, he couldn't break through the chaos of the Undisputed Era. But Bivens called him up. He says, like, I see the light. I see the light. Then Bivens says that Roddy is one of the best and he's a leader. And be the guy to bring Roddy back to NXT, even though Roddy took some time off. It is what it is. He's like, Legal couldn't do it. So wait about it. asks about Bobby Fish targeting Roddy. Bivens says, well, whoever said money can't buy happiness is a broke liar. He says Bobby versus Roddy. That rhymes. Bobby versus Roddy is a big money match, and it's going to happen next week. I can't wait for that one. It'll be a big time, almost like a Ring of Honor match almost. So that's going to happen next week. That's going to be a big time match. So Roddy finishes off, says he's going to finish Bobby Fish, and he says when he finishes Bobby Fish, it's over between them. So we'll see what happens with that next week. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we get a recap of Walter, who has that hand injury, and that's why they were supposed to have the rematch on NXT UK television, but they scrapped it thanks, because he got injured. And now that they have announced that the match is going to happen at NXT TakeOver 36, like I mentioned last week. So that's that. So we get that on the show. That's going to be a big time match. TakeOver 36 is going to be the pay-per-view of the fucking summer of August for WWE. Forget SummerSlam. SummerSlam is going to suck. I'm sorry. TakeOver is going to be great. Going to be awesome. Right after we see Dakota Kai, explain why she did what she did, talking about Cal Gonzalez and everything, leaving the building. So she's like, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. So maybe we'll hear from her next week. That's that. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we get to a tag team match. Imperium versus Hit Row. I didn't know this match was happening, but okay, with this match. With Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner taking on Ashanti Adonis and Top Dollar. Match was all right. B-Fab gets involved, causes a distraction, which allows Ashanti to recover, hit a spine buster for a near fall. Was going to break. They continue on, get near the end, and Barthel gets thrown ropes, and he chucks Fabian Aichner in the corner. That's Mr. Who's that? Top Dollar comes in. He comes in like a madman, beating everybody up, beating both men up. Tags in Ashanti Adonis. They go for the electric chair, and then the Legado del Fantasma come out. They take out Swerve on the outside, and then Top Dollar has to take them all out. Chases Santos car up the ramp into the back, but this leaves Ashanti at the mercy of Imperium, and they hit their finisher. 1, 2, 3. Imperium get the win. A shocking win over Hit Row. It sucks. It sucks because now it kind of makes Hit Row, not dominant, but it is what it is. But you had to do it to further the storyline with Legado and Hit Row. So they get the win. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. That wasn't bad, but I just didn't like the ending. Anyway, after the match, Legado attacks Top Dollar, but he fights back. But the numbers game is just too much until Swerve comes in, swinging a chair, and chases them off. And like I said, next week we get a 6-man tag team match with Swerve, Top Dollar, and Ashanti the Adonis taking on Santos Escobar, Raul Mendoza, and Joaquin Wilde in a 6-man tag team match player. That's it. These two factions are going to beat the crap out of each other. And that's it. All right. We got this match was like, this fucking episode was loaded. It felt like a 3-hour show. We got a couple more things to go. Anyway, after that, we go to with The Way, Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell. They're all arguing. They're all arguing back about how Austin Theory left them last week. So what happened and everything. I'm gonna stop freaking. Here it is. Fix the TV. Anyway, so they're like, well, what your fault? Your fault. No, it's your fault. So then we see somebody come in with a present for Indy. Ooh, I wonder who that could be from. And it's a painting of the family with Dexter in the group. Dexter Lumis, that is. So Dexter wants to be a part of the way. Why not? So Johnny and Candace are pissed, and Johnny says he has no chance of joining us. So Indy suggests, why don't we have a match next week, and between you and Dexter, and if Dexter wins, we'll give him a chance to be in the way. You know, he'll be with me, bang him in the ass and all that other shit. Blah, blah, blah. So if Dexter wins, he's in the way, or he gets a chance to be in the way. But if Johnny wins, bye-bye Dexter. So basically, they're going to have a love her or leave her match. Nice name. Next week, Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis. And we'll see what happens. Will Dexter finally get his chick, or will Johnny basically cock block Dexter? And we'll never see Index again. And that's it. I think Dexter's going to win, though. I just have a feeling he's going to win. And Johnny's not going to like it. But you got to learn to live it. Learn to love it. And that's what I got to say, like Ric Flair said. All right, so I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens next week on the show. All right. Spoke done. Thank God. All right. After that, we go to the final segment with Nitric and Cameron Grimes still on the golf course. And for some of the grizzled young veterans, Drake and Gibson are there because they got nothing to do. He's like, hey, we're playing here. Can we move on? Let's go. I'm playing here. Got to hit my ball. So Cameron points out all of Eli's golfing mistakes, but says he's not going to let Eli be disrespected. So the Grizzled Young Veterans offer a double or nothing on Grimes's Cameron's $10,000 to get a hole in one, and to get a hole or whatever like that. Mike puts it in the water. What else is new? Cameron takes his shot as Eli argues with Drake and Gibson. He gets a gold club to the nuts and then the head. Why not? But anyway, he gets a hole in one and makes $20,000. So he goes, yeah, I did it. So he's celebrating, but then he accuses Drake and Gibson of this. Cameron gets the hole in one, I believe. Why not? Because he's Cameron Grimes. He's to the moon. He got a hole in one. Then he accuses Drake and Gibson of taking Eli out. Then we see Eli chasing him down as Cameron says, I love this game. So it looks like, maybe we'll see next week Eli and Cameron having the team up against the Grizzled Young Veterans. And, they're going to win because they're burying fucking Drake and Gibson. I'm sorry. Drake and Gibson should go back to NXT UK. I'm sorry. Go back to London. Go back to the UK. Maybe went back to NXT UK Championships, but you're not doing shit in NXT. They're treating you like Enzo and Cass. Every time they get a title shot, you think they're going to win? No. So, yeah, I think Hunter's experiment is over. I just don't know why Hunter's treating these two guys who are great like crap. Why are they doing this? I mean, come on, Paul. What's going on? Why are you treating Drake and Gibson like shit? I don't. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's what we're probably going to see next week, or maybe in a couple of weeks. And that's that. All right. So here's what's going to happen next week, among other things. love her or lose her match. I said love her or leave her, same thing. You gotta love her or leave her alone. You gotta love her or leave her alone. I have no idea who sings that song. It was LL Cool J. So love her or lose her. Johnny Gargano against Dexter Lumis. We got Roddy versus Bobby Fish. On one should be a good match. And this is the second round of the tournament. I have no idea. Just a breakout tournament match. Joe Gacy will finally see on Trey Baxter. So I think this is the end of the first round. I don't think Trey Baxter won the first round. So we'll see what happens with that. I think Joe Gacy will pick up the victory there. And that's it. All right. After that, he takes on our good buddy Adam Cole, baby. This was a pretty decent match. They circle. Cole tries for a waist lock and a big fat man. But Bronson just throws him like yesterday's garbage. So the referee's like asking Adam, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm fine. Shut up. I'm Adam Cole, baby." So they keep going, and Bronson beat Jesus at him. We go to break, just paraphrase from most of this on living. Cole, the big kick out of the corner for a near fall. He's pissed. Come on, referee. Gets a punt kick to Bronson, then another one. Goes for a super kick, but Bronson catches it, starts chopping him in the corner like a big redwood tree. To the referee has to count to 4 because Bronson's got 5. So then Bronson starts arguing with the ref, which allows Adam to hit a kick. He goes up top, hits the Panama City Sunrise for a very near fall as Bronson somehow kicked out of that. So Cole's pissed. He lowers the knee pad, and it's time for the last shot. Goes for it, but gets clotheslined out of his boots. Then Bronson picks him up, hits a big power bomb. Then he's like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm going to wipe the floor with him. I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to end this match." Bronson goes up for the tsunami, but Adam Cole rolled out of the way, thank the Lord. Then he hits a short super kick. Then he goes off the ropes. Boom! Last shot. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole, baby. Picks up the victory. And that's it. So it looks like Bronson Reed is probably going to be on SmackDown pretty soon. This might be the last time we see Bronson Reed at this point. Because he did do a dark match, and he might be on SmackDown this Friday night. Who knows? But that's it. But Adam Cole, baby, picks up the victory. Match was all right. Gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right, so Adam leaves the ring. He has his back to the ring. Back to the he's going like this, and he's going back up the ramp. He's celebrating, but out of nowhere, Kyle O'Reilly, he comes out of nowhere and bashes the crap out of Adam Cole, baby, with a chair. Then he starts beating him down with more chair shots. Then he picks up the ring steps and tosses them away. So he wants to do what Adam Cole did to him on the steps. But Adam Cole hit a buster on the steps and then put Kyle out. He was convulsing, having a seizure, and then we all thought he was actually having a seizure, but he was selling it. So anyway, he picks up Adam, hits a suplex on the steps. Ow! And the fans are going nuts. Kyle just stands over Cole, and that ends the show. So looks like we're gonna see the final installment of Cole O'Reilly, part 3 at TakeOver 36. I would think there'll be a stipulation that if Cole wins, like Kyle leaves or loser leaves NXT or something like that. That's what I'm thinking might happen, but who knows at this point? I mean, really, I don't want Adam Cole to leave because he's got so much more to do there. I mean, I'm with Joe Apple for the NXT title. I just don't want Cole to lose and it gets he shows up the next night on Monday Night Raw. He'll get a nice, good pop, but the fans won't give a shit. And who knows what Vince is gonna do to him with him. He's gonna make him debut, and he's gonna lose to a douchebag like Humberto Carrillo or Ricochet. And his first night, another guy from NXT gonna fuck up Vince. And you know that's gonna piss me the living the fuck off. I might stop doing Raw reviews at this point if Adam Cole gets that treatment. Well, but you're still gonna watch. Yeah, because I got nothing better to do on Monday nights. It's a crappy product from a crappy owner. I'm telling you, they're gonna bury Adam Cole. They're gonna bury Adam Cole, they're gonna bury Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, Io, whoever they bring up to bring up to the main roster. Bye-bye. Your career is going bye-bye. You get the golden shovel. Next thing you know, you're eating cookies and steak with Titus. Sucks. So hopefully, Adam Cole doesn't go up to the main roster just yet. I think he has a little bit more to do in NXT. And I do want to see Adam Cole, baby, versus Samoa Joe. But are we going to get it? Yeah, who knows. But looks like they're going to do Kyle versus Adam Cole, baby, 3. The final part at TakeOver 36, and we'll see if there's a stipulation or what. Like Adam's like, if I can't beat you, I shouldn't be in NXT no more. And Kyle's like, fine, okay. Kyle agrees to it. He's like, well, if I beat you, you're out of here. And then Adam might come back and say, well, if I beat you, you're out of here. And then Kyle goes to the main roster and proceeds to get buried. Doesn't matter. Whoever wins this match is going to get buried if they go to the main roster. But it's going to be a big-time match. It's probably going to be Brutal City again. And I just have a feeling that Kyle's going to win the trilogy, and Adam Cole is going to go to the main roster and get buried. That's it. All right, so that's it for NXT. I gave the Aftermath 3 out of 5 stars. Overall, was a pretty decent show, so I gave it 6.25 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notified when I do a video, and all that other good stuff. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media. Like or dislike the video. I really don't care. Don't forget to leave a comment down below as well. And subscribe. And that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try to grab a late night snack and then go to bed. And try to enjoy Wednesday. And that's it. The AEW Fight for the Fallen tomorrow should be some good shit. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night on AEW on TNT. And that's it. So once again, 6.25 out of 10 stars for NXT tonight. And we'll see what happens next week on NXT TV on Sci-Fi. And that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Don't forget my Joey Jordison video. Check it out down below on the Metal God channel. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. That's it. All right. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. I'm Peter Gilmore saying rock on and rock hard. And if you're not down with that, fuck you, man. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. 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 Fuck. I'll shut up now.